hive cluster is under attack.
Live for the swarm.
Hey there, StarCraft fans. It's Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Today on Polypoid, it's going to be a Patreon game featuring who? Snow and Soma going at it in an incredible PvZ sent to me by RJB. Bottom right, it's going to be Soma. Bottom left, it's going to be Snow. Red versus blue here on a Polypoid. Little eyes here from Snow today, looking at Soma. So we're going to speed it up a little bit in the early game here. I'm checking this out, trying something new. And yeah, thanks for being a patron of mine at Falcon Paladin. Patreon website at patreon.com/Falcon Paladin. Just a page at patreon.com. Not my own website, just a page on it. Kakario disappearing. And if you're watching this the week of February the 5th, thanks so much for being a patron of mine for as little as $1 a month. And if you're watching this later than that, hit that like button, hit that subscribe. I am here 6 times a week with StarCraft Brood War. 6 live streams per week. 6 more focused, incredible games being cast per week. And an overpool opening here from our friend Soma. So, throwing down a forge in response to the overpool here. If it was a hatch first, I think it would have gone Nexus first here from Snow. He was waiting. He was waiting to see what the opening build was from our friend Soma. There we go. Block into the hatch. Oh, but Soma gets it down. And then a drone chases the probe away. All right. So, Nexus into cannon here. And this cannon is going to be up in time to stop. Yeah, these two lings, and yeah, they are not interested in going over there as well. Early third here, we've got some gas on the way. Bengalas spinning there. Animal cruelty by whoever designed Polypoid. And then, yep, fully saturating the gas. Gas here from Snow. And let's see how long it takes to fully saturate it. Wow. Bam, 1, 2, 3, excellent. Excellent saturation timing. Probe says, hey, are you going to make a lair with your first 100 gas? Are you going to make a lair? Bam. Probe down and Hydralisk Den. Oh, with speed. You know what that means. It's going to be a Hydra bust here from Soma. Maybe he doesn't relish the opportunity to go against Snow in a late game PvZ. So, hurry. Citadel. Oh, Stargate. Citadel, and then Templar Archives, and then Storm. You will need it. You will need it to counteract this Hydralisk bust. These Zealots are harassing and scouting at the same time. 2 kills for that Zealot. Oh, and then he's dead. 0 kills for this Zealot. Yo, so good scout there from Snow. Throwing down more cannons here. We're going to slow it down now to normal speed. Well, fastest speed, not fastest times 2. Citadel? No. Pylon. Corsair. No +1 there, but... Gateway. Down. Forge. Next. Down. Hydra bust. Well on the way here to winning this game, man. Well on the way here. Man, look how many hits it takes to put down a Zealot here if you're a Hydralisk. Not even starting an upgrade on this Forge is Snow, throwing down more and more cannons. A ridiculous number, as Tasteless says. Bam, taking down that cannon that is threatening these Hydras. Hurry, take down this Forge, man. There we go. 3, 2, 1, 0. Bam, done. Pylon down. Bam, done. Supply blocked from this Corsair. You get 1, Mr. Corsair, but more than that, nope. And finally, throwing down a Citadel of Edune. Look at how much lost mining time this is. I don't know, man. Come on, Snow. Come on, Snow. You can do it. You can do it. you can survive this Hydra bust. 20 workers on 3 bases versus 40 workers on 2 bases. Here from Snow, throwing down even more photon cannons. These are being powered by 2 pylons way at the back here. Not in danger of getting sniped, because if you go forward that enough to snipe down the pylons, you are dead from the cannons. Let's see. Supplemental Forge here. +1 attack on the way. Templar Archives getting started as soon as the Citadel is done here. Macro Hatch coming up. Corsair still has that 1 kill. Still scouting, right? You want to see a second gas? Not seeing it. You want to see a Spire getting tossed up? Not happening. You want to see a Lair? Still not happening here. Oh, getting fired up now. Here at 8:30. What a weird opening to this game is. Yeah, just okay, just dragging these Hydras into infinite cannons. Yo, that's what we're looking at. Where is my Storm? Where is my Storm at? Come on, man. He has the resources for it. Let's go. Let's get Psystorm. He's like, what I need is a ground armor upgrade, actually, Falcon. You're wrong. I don't need Psystorm to deal with these Hydras. I'm going to be fine. Okay, I guess. Man, Lurker Aspect, though. What a weird opening this is. Corsair continuing to hunt around. Lair finishing up. Hydra's just containing at this point. If you want to move out with Zealots, good luck. We're going to be shooting you down. And finally getting Psystorm in like 9 minutes. I feel like I've seen other Protoss players get that a lot faster in this matchup when they recognize Hydra Bust timing. Not that Snow's dead or anything. He didn't need it to stay alive for the first 10 minutes, but it's just a good way to get the Hydras off your porch. Good way to chase them out, and you get to put the pressure on the Zerg player once Storm is done. And speed lots are done too. I mean, speed's on the way. Lurker Aspect coming in here too. Second gas finally getting researched. I guess if you want to make some Lurkers, they're going to be a lot more gas than just the Hydras you're producing. Because you got to make Hydras and then Lurkers on top of it. With that upgrade and with that metamorphosis. So far so good. We're just staring at each other, having a good time. No questions on my mind. I mean, it looks just going to be Hydra Lurker stuff for a while. Does that mean we can't tech out of Hydra Lurker? No, Falcon viewer, it doesn't mean that. We could definitely get a Queen's Nest here in the next couple minutes or so. I don't think that would be too much of a problem. Still not working on an upgrade for these Corsairs. Just hanging out, man. Chasing a little bit, taking 1 hit from a cannon, knocking this guy down to 60 hit points. How embarrassing. There's the Psystorm, and that's where the Hydras start to die. This is where they can't really eat the damage of Psystorm. This is where the Zealots have legs. This is where they chased that Corsair down and couldn't quite get it. Took some extra cannon shots, chased some Zealots in, dodging storms, take some extra cannon shots. The Corsair's still alive. Oh my gosh. That's a second Corsair though, isn't it? Yeah, that's a second Corsair. First one, already very injured. Second one still has 73 of its hit points. All right, kids, 106 to 87 supply. Snow is up. That's where he wants to be. About even in the situation. Corsairs get another Overlord. Supply blocking would be awesome. That's exactly what's happening here. Is the supply block. Come on, finish him off. No, too worried. Too worried about the Hydra is going to fall back into the main base. Not pleased about that at all. Finally getting Overlord speed. They can run a little bit from the Corsairs. Made those into Lurkers. Where do you want to put those? Maybe out here. Worried about the Psystorms, though, as you should be. Lurker setting up behind this engagement between Zealots and Hydras. That's what we're talking about. That's what we're talking about here. Extra Lurker spines really help in this situation. Hydras and Lurkers. Hydras and Zerglings. Hydras and Sunkens, right? Hydras alone, bad against Zealots. But if you give them some help, you give them some assistance in the form of Sunkens or Lurkers or Zerglings, suddenly they're a million times better. Got to kill your own cannons to get out the front door here from Snow, unfortunately for him. Kidder and Amulets on the way, keeping my eye out for ye old Queen's Nest. But so far, Snow doesn't have a third base. I kind of feel... I don't want to say it's much easier to do when your opponent doesn't have a third base, when their Protoss opponent only has 2. But I feel like it is. I feel like if you can just... Oh, look at this forward hatch. Oh! The cheekiness on display here. We saw Beast do this against Best in a cast that I put up just a couple of weeks ago. Again, depending on when you're watching this, maybe it was a while ago. But point is, forward hatch at the natural base of your Protoss opponent is so cheeky. It is so good. Another Overlord getting sniped. Zealots, I guess just kind of run by, basically. Right, we're going to take... Oh, nice. Lurker eggs blocking. Just keep them in range of that Lurker, boys. I know some of you drones are going to die, but the damage onto the Lurkers is... Or the damage from the Lurkers onto the Zealots is huge. And that Zealot gets 0 kills before he gets wiped out and zeroed himself. Snow says, it's go time, boys. Bust it out. Psystorm is up. Trying to... So why are you targeting... No. Get rid of High Templar. There we go. The forward sunken. Not able to get anything at it at the moment, but it's absorbing some shots, so would otherwise go to these Hydras here. 103 to 90 supply. Hydra, Lurker, high ground. I don't know if Snow can get out of here, folks. I'm looking at it, and I'd love to see some Sunkens put up here. Not sure if it's going to happen. I think this Hive is going to die before any of that occurs whatsoever. He's really trying to save it. He's got a couple drones here. Hydra's running through storms with an additional storms. Thy storms never end. Yeah, like I know I complain about storms, but at the same time, I fully recognize if storms didn't exist, Mass Hydra would just kill every single Protoss player in the first 10 minutes of every game. Fine. Oh, what? What? And then Soma taps out here? What was that? Hold on. That's game 1 of our sneaky twofer, by the way. What the what? He's like, well, my forward hatch gambit totally failed. I guess I lose. No. No. I mean, he lost 1,000,000 Hydras in this engagement. I kind of understand that. I just want to make sure he didn't get, like, DT dropped or anything, or High Templar were dropping on his natural base and killing all of his drones. He's in an okay position. This right here where he goes from... like 92 supply. Hang on, there it is, right here. 92, dodge that storm into that storm. Yeah, he loses like 15 supply of Hydras there. Oh my gosh. Yeah, he's like, that feels like a Psystorm is bullcrap rage quit to me. It really does. His Lurker burrows in, gets nothing done. These aren't actually Sunkens at all. I mean, come on. It's 30. It's a 30 supply advantage. It's normal. We're even right now. You still have 43 drones. You still have workers mining at all these places. The main base here for Snow is getting mined out because he has more workers than you do on fewer bases. And what? You can't handle this move out? You really can't handle this. You got 7 more Hydras on the way. You've got +1 attack upgrades. There's +1/+1 here. These Templar, you know, getting some work done, turning these guys into Archons. Combined 12 kills on that Archon from the 2 High Templar. I disagree. I disagree with his GG timing immensely. Immensely here at 13 minutes. I really do. So, bit of a weirder end to game number 1 there, but man, Snow handled the pressure, got the storm out, saved up enough energy for 1,000,000 storms, moved out when he could, took down this hatch that was a big threat. All right, Sunkens at your front door, you don't want any of that. Well, like I said, Sunkens plus Hydras, major problem for the Protoss. But it turns out that Hydras and Lurkers not a major problem for the Protoss if they have +1 attack for their Dragoons and if the High Templar are out and running. So game 1, sneaky twofer, going to Snow, where the Zerg player wasn't exactly dead. Yeah? I mean, they outproduced, the outkill, the numbers look pretty similar there. Buildings raised 5-1. It's an outspend by Snow in 13 minutes, which is, again, a little bit odd considering how this game went. But anyway, that was incredible. Great win there from Snow. Let's move into game number 2, see what Soma tries to do to take down the great and the terrible and the abominable Snow. All right, game 2, we're back on Polypoid. Different spawn location for the Zerg, though. Bottom left, let's go white with the Protoss, and top left with the Zerg, it is yellow. Soma. So Soma versus Snow. Appropriate color for Snow here in the bottom left here. Times 2 speed again at the beginning of the game, just because nothing interesting happens unless it is going to be a proxy hatch or a cannon rush of some kind, which in Sneaky Twofers it could be. So again, thanks for enjoying the Patreon cast of the week, and consider supporting me at patreon.com Falcon Paladin for at least $1 a month. Really do appreciate all of my patrons. Got a couple out of there at the, $1, $5. We've got a $10 tier and a $50 tier as well. And a couple of you are supporting me for $50 a month at Patreon. And the overhead from Patreon is like 2% compared to Twitch, which is 30%, and YouTube, which is about 35%. So if you're thinking about supporting me long-term, Patreon's the way to go. And if you're thinking about supporting me with a one-time donation and not long-term support, we got PayPal at falconpaladin@gmail.com. And we have also Venmo at Falcon Paladin. Thanks everyone who uses those options as well, especially because I'm trying to make this a full-time thing with the streaming and the casts and the posting to Patreon and everything else. Anyway, Extractor tweaking a little bit there with the overpool allowed him to get a little more on the ling pressure out here this time, which is why we have 2 cannons instead of the 1. And we aren't expanding yet, right? Recognizing how many lings got produced, recognizing this overlord is coming down and seeing what's going on. So, quick third base coming up here too. So second and third base, almost simultaneous construction. Ling's getting in here and actually getting a scout. Soma again. Kind of recognizing going into there, I could probably run around and maybe get a scout off here, but I know what Snow's doing, right? He's going to make a Stargate. He's going to kill some of my overlords. He's going to try to supply block me. I guess we could call supply blocking sublocking. I think we would probably know what everybody was talking about if we used that word, but maybe not. Once again, Hydroden. It's like, you know what? I kind of messed up in game 1. I bet I can get this in game 2. I'm feeling pretty good about a game 2 scenario here. So, all right, man. Once again, getting speed for those Hydras, getting them ready to go. These Zealots, we'll follow them a little bit better this time. Didn't quite catch all of the Zealot action in game number 1. Look at him hiding behind this tree. They can't see me. I am hiding, concealing behind this tree. And then I'm hanging out with my buddy. Staring at this forge, looking longingly into that cannon. That'll probably save us if a million lings do end up showing up. Faster Citadel this time. There's the Stargate, but yeah, faster Citadel than game 1. The thing is, I mean, if it's a Mutalisk opening, Citadel's not as crazy important. But if it is Hydras, you do want that Citadel. You want that speed upgrade. So here we go. Remember I said about Lings and Hydras? Lings and Hydralisks. Cannons are good against all of this, though. So the Lings are going to hang back. The Hydras are going to pick away at the gate, as they do. Working on that range upgrade for the Hydras, but even without it, they're going to be able to take down this gateway with ease. Now they've got the range upgrade, and now they can hit the forge. Ooh, there's actually a +1 attack upgrade here. If there was more than, there you go, more than a couple Hydras hitting this forge, maybe they could get it. No, it's too close to done. It is too close to done, and these Hydras are not firing, so... All right, +1 attack is complete. Excellent. I feel like, man, jumping on that, he doesn't know how far along that upgrade is, though. He doesn't know. Donating individual Hydralisks to the cause here. More macro hatches, no Sunkens. We do not have the larva or the money for Sunkens. Oh my gosh, we're losing Overlords at a concerning rate right now. 2 kills, 1 kills. Hydras come back to save the day. A bunch of them come back. These guys stay. Finally get the forge, hilariously. But new forge probably coming in back home somewhere. Gate, pylon, gate, forge? Forge. It's like when somebody's playing golf. Lair coming in again. And a Spire this time instead of going into the Lurker aspects. Okay. And kind of hiding it up here in the third base, too. We'll see if that gets scouted. Snow, I assume, is going to send the Corsairs to every one of these bases. At some point, he should be able to find the Spire. It's really hard to hide things, right? When an enemy has Corsairs that can fly, that are fast as anything on the map, that you cannot chase down and catch with anything. Unless you ensnare them, which we did see a great game, great PvZ. I think from, was it Ajong, I want to say, on the channel on Sunday, one of the Sunday streams I do. I'm streaming Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday, Friday, Saturday. But it was a Sunday stream in particular with Ajong, replay submitted by a viewer of mine, and he rushed to ensnare, and then he ensnared the Corsairs, and then the Scourge were able to kill them. They were able to catch them and shoot them down. It was awesome. So he got a nice flyby, saw the Spire, and so what does that do for us? Making more Corsairs, getting Zealot legs, getting a Templar Archives, Lurker Aspect, boop, on the way. And so far, Hydras are defending against incoming Zealot attack, which they should be. Because these guys have Zealot legs on the way. They've already got +1 attack. They are not working on further attack upgrades, but a +1 armor is on the docket. And by that, I mean already in progress. I think on the docket means it's not in progress, but it's next to be in progress. Anywho, into the natural base, there are no Lings, there are no Sunkens, there are no Lurkers. They look at the Hydras and say, pretty good positioning there. Hard for us to do much. If we had Zealot legs, we'd feel better about it, but we don't. So Zealot legs going to finish up a little bit after Lurker Aspect finishes, and Lurker Aspect will allow you to make Lurkers, but only after a couple of minutes. So the delay seems to make a lot of sense there. Yeah, cannon up. We can fall back to the cannon if we've got Scourge chasing us. Pretty classic maneuver. No cannon. Well, I guess this cannon here counts. At the natural base. Hydra's trying to get in here before the Zealot legs is done because they're so much better before Zealot legs are done. The Zealots are recognizing this and getting pushed off a balcony here. Run! Run for your lives. Yeah, that's the spirit. That's what we're looking for. Singularity charge on the way. Psystorm is almost done. 4th base coming up here. So kind of giving up on the pressure idea entirely. I mean, he will, you know, chase away the Zealots, but he's not interested in coming down here and trying to bust in and crush down Snow. Maybe he learned his lesson from game 1. Got his nose smacked by a newspaper in dog obedience terms. Not that I've ever owned a dog. My only information from dog training probably comes from comic strips when I was a kid. So we probably don't hit dogs with newspapers anymore to train them to be better. Lurkers burrowing in. Psystorm right on the Lurker. Right on it. Psystorm killing some Hydras, bruising up and wounding some of the Zealots too, though. 52 workers here this time from Soma. We're looking at a pretty good setup. It's a better setup economically from Soma. He has a much better, higher worker count. He's making more and more drones. He's making more and more Lurkers. All this stuff is very related. This Corsair count is pretty good. Not crazy. They don't have +1 attacks or anything. Trying to bust down. Yeah, fall back. Fall back. If there's any one problem we're looking at here, it's these Corsairs, right? He doesn't want to invest in the Scourge to try to deal with the Corsairs, but the Hydras just have a hard time actually killing them in time as they make flybys. Continuing to scout, continuing to notice that there are no Mutalisks. If we're making anything with that Spire, it's only going to be Scourge. And a Queen's Nest getting fired up. Okay. All right. Evolution Chamber here. Queen's Nest is kind of hiding some of his tech here at the 3rd base, using it to wall off, too. So, yeah, 63 workers for the Zerg. Alert, alert! Zerg is approaching 65 worker count. Alert, alert! This is where they can flood you until you die. I mean, killing Overlords is a good way to make sure they don't flood you until you die. Not that that one is going to die for now. But nice little Zealot Dragoon. Got speed, got range attack, got High Templar. Got a bunch of Storm available. No Kineran Amulet yet here in game number 2, but I imagine it will get started up soon. So, high ground position. Dude, these Sunkens are incredibly important. These Sunkens need to be done yesterday. Snow's pushing on it. He's pushing on it hard. Okay, Sunkens come up. Gets 2, 3 up. Maybe 2. Yeah, the Sunken's not getting early hits off there is really a problem. Hydra's responding, getting stormed right in the face. Zealot's causing major issues. Zealot into the mineral line. This timing attack by Snow with 1/1 upgrades is kind of insane. Drones dying left and right. Hydra's trying to save him. No, not with those upgrades, you're not. 130 to 89 supply. Snow is on a rampage. Kills every drone at this 4th base. Kills both of the hatches working on it. Hydras and Lurkers trying to show up here again. More and more Dragoons being added onto this pile next. Another round of Zealots is going to follow up this one. And yeah, these Hydras, they trade pretty well, but not when they're outnumbered 3-1 by the incoming Dragoon Horde. Not when they have 1/1 upgrades, not when you have 1-0 upgrades. A Hive's coming in, but I think Snow jumped on this. right when Soma could not handle it. And wow, Snow goes 2-0 in today's sneaky twofer between Snow and Soma. Holy Hannah. That was awesome. I mean, that was one heck of an incredible display there from Snow. First game, defends against the aggression of Soma very, very well. Defend. When that proxy hatch came up, immediately jumped out and killed it when he had the opportunity to, and destroyed Soma's will to live. In game 2, we kind of let Soma hang out for a little bit. No big zealot attacks, right? Letting get up to 65 workers, recognizing, okay, if I can get in here before Dark Swarm is ready and before Adrenal's ready, I'm going to have a much better time. I always say this. I always say that in long macro PvZs. I'm like, hey, if you can kill the Zerg player now, before the orange cloud shows up and Plague is here, you're going to be a much happier camper. And that's exactly what happened here. That's exactly what happened here, man. That was awesome. That was an absolutely beautiful double PvZ there from our guy Snow. But it's Snow. What else do we expect from Snow these days? Well, I don't think we expect him to be sulky, but anything else we expect from Snow. Similar numbers here on the produced, but the outkilled is actually a bigger deal today from Snow than in game 2 than it was in game number 1. And this time it's an outspend from the Zerg, but it wasn't enough. It simply wasn't enough. So, GG. Well done for a good Patreon 2 for today from Snow. Happy Protoss fans everywhere, and that's going to be it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of What StarCraft Brood War, and it's remastered. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, Twitch, Instagram, TikTok, Blue Sky, and what's the other thing I'm on? Is that it? I feel like there should be an and there, but I always forget. Anyway, all the social media platforms, come check it out. Okay, so again, until next time, as always, thanks for being here. Thanks for hanging out. We'll catch you next time, and you take care of yourself.